Cybersecurity was supposed to be the dream job or the dream industry. High demand, hoodie in the dark room vibes, six-figure salary after a year of studying. The reality? You spent thousands, isolated yourself from everyone, and end up begging for an entry-level role that pays less than stacking boxes at a warehouse. The industry is broken, and so I bailed. If I'd hung around long enough, I likely would have found something, and I've turned down multiple job offers in the field since then, but the return on investment makes 0 sense to me. Hey everyone, Dendrite here, and today I'm breaking down exactly why I left the professional cybersecurity industry, what I switched to, and how you can avoid wasting years chasing a career that might never pay you back. Let me rewind. A few years back, I was obsessed with the idea of being a hacker. You see those Reddit posts, learn ethical hacking and make 6 figures. You see YouTubers with glowing keyboards and Kali Linux wallpapers saying you can do this too. And I believed it. I thought, yeah, that's my path. I'll be the guy who breaks into systems legally, maybe work for a big bank, make some good money, do something cool. So I dove in. Try hack me rooms, hack the box machines, EJPT, OSCP coursework, malware forums, Discord servers. I was everywhere and it consumed me. Every night, every weekend, I'd skip family stuff. All I thought about was learn more, study more, get good. And for a while, it did feel like progress. Until I looked up one day and realized I was spending my life alone in front of a terminal with really nothing to show for it. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. Cybersecurity isn't hard because the content is difficult, although it can be. It's hard because it's lonely. You start to develop this tunnel vision. You're solving problems at 2 a.m. that nobody around you even understands. You lose touch with people. You even lose touch with reality occasionally. I had nights where I'd stare at screens until sunrise. Whole weekends where I didn't talk to a single person. And the isolation starts to mess with your head. You tell yourself it's okay, this will pay off later, but later never comes. I hit some pretty low points mentally during that period, moments where I questioned if I'd wasted years chasing something that didn't actually exist. And then I realized maybe I had. Let's talk about money, because that's the deal breaker in all of this. I'd already sunk between $7,000 and $10,000 of my own money, mind you, into certifications, labs, and courses. And once I was qualified, every so-called entry-level job in Australia looked the same. And I was willing to relocate for this, mind you, so I was even applying to cybersecurity roles in other states. And upon scrolling Seek, Indeed, LinkedIn, and pretty much every other obscure niche job board that I came across, I was finding the same thing. Must have 3 to 5 years experience, bachelor's degree, security clearance, and advanced certifications like CISSP. All that for 60 to 70k AUD a year. Really? That's not life-changing money. That's barely paying rent money, especially if you're living in Australia at this point where there's a property crisis. Meanwhile, these companies hop on LinkedIn to cry about a cyber skill shortage. Yeah, no wonder there is a shortage. You're paying like it is 2009. I was scrolling job listings on my lunch break, already exhausted from that day, and every listing I saw demanded the world for the price of peanuts. And that was my breaking point. All of the study, all of the isolation, and for what? A job that would barely cover rent, groceries, and bills. No thanks. And it's not just the pay, it's the entire career pipeline. They sell you a fantasy path. Step 1, get a cert. Step 2, get a junior role. Step 3, move up, make 6 figures. But in reality, You spend thousands on certs, you get ghosted by HR and bots, you get told you need more experience for the junior role that doesn't exist because ghost jobs are a thing now. And the kicker is that certification companies and boot camps know this. They make more money selling you the dream and selling you the promise of the job than you will ever make actually doing the job. It's pretty much the new fitness industry. All the money is in motivation and not actual results. Around the time I stumbled across Alex Hormozy's business content and learned a lot about business from his books, from his podcast, that kind of thing. And he said the closer you are to the money supply within a business, the more you get paid. That was a real light bulb moment for me. And when I mentally connected the dots, I realized that if you're a cybersecurity analyst or even if you're a pen tester within a company, you are essentially service delivery. It doesn't sound as sexy as what those certification companies are telling you about cyber as a glamorous industry, but it's true. In the cold, hard context of business and revenue, if you're an operator actually doing the deliverable service or the deliverable product, your order fulfillment, you're not actually bringing in money. So I went into sales and specifically technical sales to be closer to the money supply, which is what I do now. I do business development for a software company. Now I understand that sales has a bad reputation. People imagine sleazy used car types manipulating customers. If you're a cybersecurity engineer, a pen tester, a sysadmin, the only reason you have consistent work is because someone like me, a business development representative, an accounts executive, a salesperson, got rejected 100 times so you could have a stable paycheck. Big companies like Oracle have huge teams of salespeople. I follow quite a few of them on social media. Cisco has salespeople. Microsoft, Google, Palo Alto, all of them. They all have salespeople. Someone is always on the front lines bringing in deals so the engineers and technical support stuff can build things in peace. That's the real. And weirdly enough, I like it because there's a fast feedback loop and I know if I'm performing or not. I'm on the phones all day, I book meetings, I talk to decision makers, line up deals for our accounts executives, and some days I'm a setter and some days I'm a closer. It just depends on time of the year and where I'm needed. It's social, it's competitive in a good way, and it pays me way more than cybersecurity ever would have at my level, and I feel like I'm in more control of my income now. Don't get me wrong, I still love hacking, I still do labs for fun, I read malware and reverse engineering books, I take courses. I don't treat this like a career anymore. It's like loving to cook but not wanting to open a restaurant. I do not care anymore about having a career in cyber. And the thing is, when you stop depending on it for money, it becomes fun again. And I'm having way more fun doing this stuff now than I ever did when I was trying to make it my job. And I'm not the only one saying this. Creators like CyberMaddie have been open about how brutal the entry-level market is right now. I'll link her original video below. If you want to check out her channel, feel free to do so. Go support her, leave her a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to play just a snippet of her original video talking about her original entry-level job and, more importantly, the associated finances, or lack thereof.
Just did like a bunch of help desk with no pay. And then 6 months later, I got paid $25 an hour to do help desk. But also, if you work for a small company, you have to wear a lot of hats. So I was doing help desk, security stuff, setting up seams, security tool testing like EDRs, setting up detection rules, going to conferences, sales engineering, analyzing vulnerabilities and then communicating them to clients, and then also help desk, all while getting paid $52,000 a year.
The whole system is built backward. Certification companies and training companies profit from false hope, employers expect unicorns for junior pay, and everyone acts surprised when newcomers burn out. Cybersecurity has turned into a gated community and the gatekeepers are selling tickets. Meanwhile, the world keeps talking about a supposed skill shortage. There isn't a skill shortage, there is a wage shortage. And look, I know I've just harped on for quite a while about all the problems within this community, but I'm actually doing something to help fix it. I actually started my own job board, which you can go and view for yourself. It is called nerdgigs.com. I'll have it linked down in the video description to make the industry a little less broken. If you're hiring for a STEM role, I'll promote it across my social media if you buy a posting on the job board, and I've priced job postings dirt cheap there because I genuinely want to help fix the system. So yeah, cybersecurity was supposed to be the future, but from where I'm standing, it's just another system that eats people alive and calls it opportunity. If this hit home for you, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. And if not, no hard feelings. I'm not here to sell you a dream, I'm just here to tell you the truth. Because at the end of the day, you don't need a dream job. You need money.